So the trade sales promotion are a part of push strategy for the producers. Sales promotion will be for two types. So one is for the end customer and one more is for the B2B businesses. So word of mouth advertising is also called as word of mouth marketing. So sales promotion is generally broken into two major categories, that is consumer oriented and trade oriented activities. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing good. So I welcome you to the advertising and media management session. In today's session, we are going to talk about unit 4, other elements of IMC. So before I start with the topics, so let me give my brief introduction. I'm Vaishnavi, Faculty of Commerce from Vidyashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So we'll start with the agenda first. So these are the topics we are going to look today. So under that, first is consumer and sales promotion. So and consumer oriented tools, tools for trade oriented promotion, application of sales promotion in different domains, public relations, role of public relations in image building, word of mouth marketing and viral marketing. So these are the topics we are going to start on. We are going to brush up today. So I'll start with the first topic, consumer and sales promotion. So the meaning of sales promotion. So you might be heard about the sales promotion. So it is the kind of promotional activity that are being set up by the businesses in order to boost up the sales. Is called a sales promotion. So it might be any buy one get one offers, 50% off, for e-commerce brands, like we have got Amazon, Myntra. So we have got Big Billion Days, Right to Freedom Sale, etc. for the e-commerce brands. Okay, so it is about like a promotional activities that are being set up by the brands or by set up by the businesses in order to boost up the sales, in order to sell the old stock. Okay, so that is the main objective or motto behind the sales promotion. So we'll see the meaning first. So sales promotion is generally identified as those marketing activities that provides extra value or incentives to the sales force, the distributors or the ultimate consumers, and can stimulate the immediate sales. So it is a kind of a promotional activity set up by the marketing department. So in order to boost up the sales, in order to get more incentives for B2B businesses, and it is also beneficial for the ultimate customers. So sales promotion is generally broken into two major categories, that is consumer oriented and trade oriented activities. So sales promotion will be for two types. So one is for the end customer and one more is for the B2B businesses. So we'll see one by one. So for the consumer promotional sales, so what are the activities or promotional strategies what the marketing department will do? Under that, first is price discount. So this you will know about it. So it's a basic type of promotional activity set up by the marketing department. So where there is a discounted price or there is a lesser price of the on the MRP. So that is called price discount. So next is bonus pack. So that means any bonus items it would be giving you. Like say for example, if you bill for like 5,000 rupees, you are going to get a crockery set or dinner set or in water bottles like that for free. So the bonus product will be given to with the main product. So such kind of promotional strategies will be called as the bonus pack. Next is samples. Samples also you might be heard about it. It's a basic or common type of the marketing promotional activity that is set up by the marketing department. Samples is what, like a small portion of the main product will be distributed to the target audiences or the customers. So next type of promotional activity is premiums. So providing any kind of premium product, like say for example, these kinds of promotion will be for any kind of clubs. Okay, so if you're going to register or going to subscribe for that club activities, so you're going to get some premium shopping coupons, or you're going to get some premium vacation tours, etc. for discounted price. So such kind of promotion activities will be for the premium plans. Next is coupons. So coupons also it's a common type of thing. So we have e-coupons and normal vouchers, so where a discount will be provided based on the number or based on the name of the coupon. So it will be having a certain expiry date, and with a proper amount of bill should be billed, and on that you are going to get some discount. So that is called coupons. Next is consumer contests, sweepstakes and games. So like giveaways, contests, spin and win. So all these are another examples for the promotional activities. So these are kind of games that will be provided to the consumers based on the type of transaction what they do. Like say for example in Google Pay or in Cred app or in Phone Pay, like if you can see, you will get a scratch card, or you will get a game like spin and win in case of Cred app. So all those are examples. So that usually encourages the consumers to do more transaction on a single platform. So next type of promotional activities, exchange or buyback offers. So this will be most popular in case of automobiles industry. So any exchange of old scooter or old car, and where you can buy the new car, like that. So that is the exchange and buyback offers. Next is point of purchase displays. So that means a proper screen or LED screen will be displayed in front of the shops or in front of the shopping malls. So that provides you the details about the product, and that provides the details about any offers or promotional activities that will be going on inside that shop. So a proper of display, LED display will be playing, and a kind of video and audio ad will be playing on such kind of screens. So that is called a point of purchase display. So next is trade promotions. So the meaning of trade promotions is like it has been directed to the resellers. So who are the resellers? They are distributors, dealers, wholesalers and retailers. So the trade sales promotion are a part of push strategy for the producers. The objective of trade sales promotions are different from consumer promotions. Producers realize the importance of retailer supply. So any kind of promotional activities that will be that are being implemented for distributors, dealers, wholesalers or retailers. So such kind of promotional activities will be called as the trade promotions. So we'll see the kind of techniques. Under that, first is free goods. So usually what happens, the traders like the wholesalers or the retailers will be purchasing the goods in bulk. So during such times, some sample or free goods will be provided with the main product. So such kind of promotional tools will be called as a free goods. Then it's slotting allowances. So that means a kind of a slot or kind of a batch of goods will be distributed to the wholesalers or retailers. So there will be kind of dip, or there will be kind of the lucky one. So on that, the one person will be selected, and such kind of slotting will be provided to the retailers or the wholesalers. So next is buyback allowances. So that means if the retailer or wholesaler being purchasing the kind of products regularly from the same dealer, so for them any kind of cash discounts or price discounts will be provided to the wholesaler or the retailer. So such kind of promotional activity will be called as a buyback allowances. Next is advertising allowances. So sometimes the manufacturers also provide the allowances or perquisites on the advertising activities or marketing activities that are been set up by the wholesaler or the retailer. So such kind of promotional activities or such kind of relief or requisites will be provided to the wholesaler or retailer from the manufacturers. Next is contests and the incentives. So incentives or commissions are the common type of one. So based on the number of products has been sold by the wholesaler or retailer, so the commissions will be coming to them. And contests like a small any kind of games or spin and win contest or lucky draw contest will be provided to the wholesalers or the retailers. Next, application of the sales promotion in the different domains. Under that, first domain is regarding the consumer goods. So under that, first we have got coupons and rebates. So coupons, as I have told, a proper code or coupon code will be provided in that voucher, and it is having a proper expiry date, and should do some shopping in before, and a proper limit bill will be available there. So based on that, a coupon discounted will be provided. So that kind will be called as the coupons. And rebates are like kind of your whatever you have spent, that will be returned it back after a period of time. So that will be called as a rebates. Next is samples. So samples, like it's a small portion of a large quantity of a product will be provided to the customer. So that is called a samples. Next is point of purchase or displays. So this one I have already explained. So it is about a display of the video ads or audio ads on a LED screen. So that is called a point of purchase. Contest and sweepstakes. So like any scratch and win contest, lucky dip contest or spin and win contest will be provided the end customer. So based on that, the promotional activities will be done. So the customer will be getting some free goods based on the lucky dip or spin and win or scratch card contests. So next is loyalty programs. So this is also kind of basic programs provided by the wholesalers or retailers to the consumers. So based on the loyalty or based on the number of times the consumer has been purchasing the product from the dealer. So that will be called as the loyalty programs. Next, for retailers, so the first kind of promotional strategy is flash sales. That means flash 50% off, 80% off, 90% off kind of promotional activities will be provided to the retailers. Next is buy one and get one free. So buy one and get one free offer, you know it. So the retailer will be providing the such kind of offers, buy one product and get one product for free to the customers. Next is loyalty cards. So that means a proper membership cards will be made by the retailers, wherein each and every time the person is going to shop from the same showroom or from the same outlet. So the kind of loyalty reward points will be added to it. So then later you can encash the reward points into a discounted points. So that will be called as the loyalty cards. So next is e-commerce. For e-commerce domain, so what are the promotional activities provided by them? And that first is limited time offers. So a limited, like I have told an example of Big Billion Days or Amazon Great Indian Festival. So there is a limited time from so on so date to so on so date. So within that date, like 3 to 4 days, there will be a huge discounts on the products that you can find on the website. So that will be called as a limited time period offers. Next is free shipping. So free shipping is like common nowadays. So if you bill for like 1,000 rupees, so you'll be getting the shipping for free for to the end customer. Next is exclusive deal for the subscribers. So like say for example, Amazon got some subscriptions like Prime Video or Prime membership. So wherein you can enjoy the Prime Video subscription as well as you can also enjoy the fastest delivery benefits of the Prime subscribers. So such kind of exclusive deals will be provided by the e-commerce. So that is also kind of a promotional strategies that have been set up by the e-commerce brands. So next we'll talk about the public relation. We'll see the meaning. So public relations is a strategic communication practice aimed at building mutually beneficial relationships between the organizations, individuals, or brands and their target audiences. It involves managing the flow of information, shaping the public perspectives, and influencing the opinions to achieve a specific goals. So the meaning of the public relations is what is maintaining a relationship with the target audiences, with the organizations, with the individuals, with the community. So for what purpose? To influence the consumer behavior or to influence the purchasing capacity of those kinds of community or individuals, and to maintain a kind of brand image in the mindsets of the target audiences. That is the main objective behind the public relations. So PR activity encompasses a range of tactics such as media relations, crisis communication, reputation management, stakeholder engagement, community outreach, and brand positioning. So what are the strategies that the public relation team will do? So they provide the kind of media relations, crisis communication, reputation management, and stakeholder engagement, community developments, and brand positioning of the product in the community or under the target audiences. So role of PR in a image building. So under that first is building trust and credibility. So why it is important to have a public relations department or a public relations manager here? Because the person will be responsible for building the trust and credibility of the product in the mindsets of the consumers or target audiences. So they will be doing some kind of activities, communication, interaction to the with the target audiences, so that the product will be creating an awareness in the mindsets of the consumers, as well as building the trust and credibility of the product. So next is managing the reputation. So one more important role why PR is important here, because it represents your brand image, goodwill of your product. So it represents the reputation about a product or a brand in the target audiences. So next is media relations. So a proper public relation team or a department will be having the close relationship with the media, that is advertising and any kind of ad agency. So they represent the activities that are being done by the company in the target audiences, and they'll be providing the positive image of the product in the target audiences. Next is crisis communication. So that means if any kind of backlashes or any kind of negative impact on the product will be discommunicated or will be demotivated with the crisis communication. During that time, a proper PR meeting will be held, and those kinds of negative responses of the consumers will be reduced during the crisis communication time. Next is corporate social responsibility. This is an important role of PR. So they usually, the main objective of the public relation is to provide or to serve the society. So public relations are directly related with the corporate social responsibility, where a kind of societal beneficial things will be taken on, and that will be provided by the company. So next role of PR is brand positioning. So brand positioning is about, it's like a positioning of the brand or position of the product in the market, in the targeted market, or in the mindsets of the consumers. So the public relations plays a high impact role in positioning the brand positions. That means creating an awareness of the product, so and improvising the boost of the sales, and improvising the interaction of the consumers between the product as well as the company. And they also act like a main important bridge between the consumers and the manufacturers. So that is the role of the PR. Next is internal communication. So they also plays a high impact in the internal communication of the company. That means internal departmental communication of a company. Next, we'll talk about word of mouth marketing. So word of mouth advertising is also called as word of mouth marketing. So it is a process of actively influencing and encouraging the organic word of mouth discussion about a brand, organization, resource, or an event. To simply put, word of mouth marketers and the advertisers seek to create something worth talking about, and then actively encourage people to talk about it. So word of mouth marketing is about like creating a kind of a viral concept or viral talking about a particular product regarding the brand and or regarding the services that are being provided by the brand, and it encourages the people to talk about it more in the social media or the kind of any type of the media you can take. So it is about like seeking the creative and something worth talking about, and then actively encouraging the other people to talk about it is called a word of mouth marketing. So further, collaborating with the influencers to amplify your message and reach a wider audiences through trusted recommendations, implement referral programs, and create a shareable content that resonates with your target audiences. So how to have such kind of word of marketing? So here you can see creating such kind of a content and creating such kind of message which can be reached to the wider target audiences, and through any kind of collaborations with the influencers, and implementation of the referral programs, and sharing the content, that means shareable content being made, and that resonates and that usually attached to the or aligned with your goals and with your target audiences. So that's how you go with the word of mouth marketing. So monitoring online conversations and respond promptly to feedback, showcasing your commitment to customer satisfaction and building a strong community around your brand. So another important element for having a word of mouth is what? To get it by getting the feedback of your services from the customers, by showing the commitment towards the customer satisfaction, as well as and building a strong kind of community regarding your product is an important element for a word of mouth marketing. Next is viral marketing. So we'll see the meaning. Viral marketing is strategy that leverages the existing social networks to spread a marketing message rapidly and exponentially. So that means viral marketing is basically for the social media apps. So wherein the kind of existing social networks is been made as a platform for the viral marketing, and the shareable content has been made, and it has been rapidly been shared to the wider kind of an audiences. So it relies on creating compelling shareable content that resonates with the target audiences and encourages people to share it with the others voluntarily. So usually the user generated content is an important element in order to create a viral marketing. So that usually encourages the people who are viewing your content with sharing to the others, and so that they can also enjoy your content. So such kind of strategy will be called as the viral marketing. So the key elements of viral marketing, and that first is compelling content. So that means engaging content. So that means sticking onto your content or sticking onto the video that you have made to target your audiences. Next is shareability. So only the product will become viral if there is only shareability. That means which is highly reliable to the customers' needs and wants. So such kind of products will be shareable. Next is incentive sharing. So that means any kind of rewards or incentive type of contest if you have been put up. So during such cases also the product or the brand will be virally marketed in the social media platforms. Next is timing and relevances. So you know that like there will be a internet trends keep on will be changing in the internet. So in social media, like we have got Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, like that. So wherein the trend will be keep on changing. So time and relevance of the content that you are making is highly important and should align with the current internet trends in the social media platforms. Next is utilize the user generated content. Like I have told, the user generated content is highly reliable, and such kind of content only will be virally marketed to the target audiences. Next is optimized for sharing platforms. So that means not only just sticking onto the one kind of platform, sticking onto the viral kind of platforms, like different kind of platforms. Just not only Instagram or not only Facebook, you can also do the marketing through WhatsApp, through email, through YouTube, etc. So all these are important to make sure that your product is being spread across to your audiences in a wider range. Next is track and analysis. So that means that tracking of your content, to how many people it have reached, how many people have actually engaged, how many people have saved the content, how many people have content, commented on it, so etc. All these are important to analyze your data statistics. So in the coming session, we'll talk about the Unit 5, measuring the effectiveness of the ad campaign. So that means why it is important to measure the effectiveness, or measuring the importance of the ad campaign that usually launch for your objectives. Based on your sales objective, you will be launching the ad campaign. So we will be analyzing about why it is important to understand the effectiveness of the ad campaign on the target audiences. So these are the important topics that we have discussed today. So in the coming sessions, we'll discuss about the Unit 5 topic. So I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you so much.